Okay, everybody, this is what it looks like outside of our motel this morning here in Lebec, California, where we spent the night. We did not realize we were in the mountains. We did notice a little snow on the ground pulling off the exit, but we're about 77 miles north of LA, and this is our view this morning. Okay, everybody, we just left our motel in Lebec, California. This is our last day in California. We did not make it all the way to Big Sur. We did make it as far as the Bixby Bridge. We dropped our friends off and then headed back down towards Los Angeles. And we got a room last night, and I showed you in the first clip where we stayed, about 77 miles north of LA. We're dropping out of the mountains now, getting closer to Los Angeles. We're out of the snow. There's still some nice scenery along the way here. Our plan today is to see a few things around Los Angeles, like Dodger Stadium, maybe going over to Beverly Hills, and Shaughnessy here wants to get a picture of the Hollywood sign.
Yes, I want a picture of the sign.
I honestly could care less about that, but I guess since we're out here, we might as well see it.
Yeah, that's why I'll see it.
I'm not a big fan of Hollywood. And we're also thinking about, actually, before I tell you that, look off at that lake or reservoir down there to our right with the snow on the mountains.
And that water, is that pretty?
Yeah, that's really nice. There's still some scenery out here, folks. And out there we got a snow-capped mountain out there in the distance. Some pretty high mountains around here. So what I was going to say is we're going to try to go to Beverly Hills, get some pictures of the Hollywood sign. There's a place called Mulholland Drive. I think we're going to try to go up there. You're supposed to...
It's supposed to be real scenic, ain't it?
Yeah, it's supposed to have some good views of downtown and the sign and all that. And then we might go back out to the Santa Monica Pier and eat at the Pier Burger. We're going to make sure we have masks this time, yes. I'll tell you that. And then we may try to head on down to San Diego tonight. So getting close to LA, I guess you can see, I don't know if that's smog in the valley or what that is.
But nice fresh air.
Yeah, the nice fresh air that LA's known for. So we're making our way there. And like I say, seeing it in the daytime, I'm kind of impressed with the scenery. There's the sign for Pasadena. Now, if I had more time, I'd like to drive out and see the Rose Bowl, but I'm not really sure how far it is off the interstate. So since we got a full day, I guess we'll have to pass that one up. So where's our first stop? It's Dodger Stadium, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're going
now, first. As a Braves fan, yeah, there's a sign for Stadium Way. As a Braves fan, I'm really looking forward to seeing Dodger Stadium. The Braves and the Dodgers have faced off the last 2 straight years in the National League Championship Series, which determines which team goes to the World Series. Last year, or year before last, I should say, the Dodgers came from behind and won, but the Braves returned the favor this past October and beat the Dodgers and went on to win the World Series in 6 games against the Houston Astros. Still looking for the skyline. I will say that for a city the size of LA, it's got a very elusive skyline. It's hard to spot. We had a few glimpses of it the first day, but we're hoping to get some more. But I think we're going to be a lot closer to downtown today, and we're going to be on Mulholland Drive, so
should get some views from there.
Should. Now, I actually think I'm starting to see some of the buildings now of the skyline. Yep. We're starting to get a little bit of the skyline now on our way to Dodger Stadium. Yeah, Dodger Stadium, from what I've seen on Google Earth, it sits up on a hill, so you can't actually see it from the road. I just hope we can get close enough to see it. Some days they have a tour. There's a good view of the LA skyline coming up. Some days they offer a paid tour of the stadium, but I really just want to get close enough for pictures, and I hope I can do that. And just by sheer coincidence, I'm wearing my Braves World Series champions t-shirt today. Just this first one in the suitcase. Had no rubbing it in. I wouldn't do that,
no.
but I would if I am. So anyhow, there's the LA skyline. So we're going to see here in just a few minutes if we can get up to Dodger Stadium. So, all right, what's our stop after that? Where are we heading after Dodger Stadium?
Well, we're going to Mulholland Drive, are we not?
Yeah, I guess I was just trying to remember the order. She's giving me a list of things we're going to do today, so
you better follow them to the T.
I better follow them to the T. So, yeah, we're looking straight at the Los Angeles skyline now.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Kind of tall buildings there.
Yeah, they've got some pretty tall buildings here. this city and this area, I'm just going to be honest with you, it's a mixture of, it's very pretty in some areas and honestly very dirty and ugly in some areas. And I don't mean that, well, I mean, I'm just being honest here. There's a lot of homelessness here, a lot of trash in some areas just thrown on the street. Then there's some very nice areas like this, but we're turning right now to go up to the stadium, and I am just hoping to get a picture of it. I do like seeing other teams' ball stadiums, even if I don't like the team. I do like seeing baseball stadiums from the various teams in the major leagues. So,
slowly climbing this hill towards it.
Slowly climbing this hill, and it looks like it's a no-go, folks. This entrance is barricaded. You can see a little of the stadium, but at least I can get a picture of the sign here. So I'm going to jump out and get a picture of myself doing the tomahawk chop. And I don't think I'll include that in the video here, but that's as far as we're going to go. There is one other entrance I'm going to try on Vince Scully Boulevard. So I'm going to navigate to that. Hopefully maybe we can get in there. We'll see. But heading that way now. Well, couldn't get in on Vince Scully Avenue either. So at least there was a guy walking around the parking lot there, and we asked him if we could, it was barricaded, we asked him could we walk up and get a picture. He says no. I guess they're still pretty sore about that National League Championship Series.
Well, if he wasn't wearing that t-shirt.
Yeah, if I wasn't wearing that t-shirt, might have got up there, but they weren't doing the tours today. So anyway, that's a no-go. So we're just going to head on over to Mulholland Drive and hopefully see some good views there.
See the sign.
Huh?
Hopefully see the sign.
Oh, the Hollywood sign. Yep. Yeah, that one I don't care nothing about. I mean, we're out
we're
here.
We're here.
Might
That's
as well
the reason.
see it, but
yeah, that's...
Not a fan of Hollywood.
No, I'm not either, but that's just like a landmark in the area.
Yeah.
So it's just neat to see.
So we're going to do that. It'll be a long flight home if I don't. So now on Mulholland Drive, now I will tell you this, we went the wrong way for about 5 miles because somebody, I won't call their name, put the wrong overlook in. So we went the opposite direction, but I got it figured out. So we're heading back now to the Hollywood Bowl Overlook, which I understand is closed. Okay, here we are at the Hollywood Bowl Overlook. Actually, we're just down past it because the overlook's closed. We were at the wrong overlook earlier. That was the Mulholland Drive Scenic Overlook. It did not show the sign, but here it does. This actually has a longer name. It's Jerome something Overlook, but it's called the Hollywood Bowl. So we can see the sign pretty clearly now. And out there, we can see a snow-capped mountain. And I'm going to walk up the road just a little bit and get a good view of downtown Los Angeles. Okay, since we can't get onto the overlook because they have it gated up, I'm having to try to get a vantage point here off the side of the road, and you can barely see some of the downtown, not all of it. And way out in the distance, there's another downtown of something. I don't know what that would be. And over here, I'm pretty sure it's where we were on Monday when we were in the Westwood Cemetery. That would be the western part of Los Angeles. Okay, here's a good little overlook just below the Hollywood Bowl. You have a good view of the Hollywood sign and downtown Los Angeles. So this is kind of a bonus here. Pan over to the right and downtown LA will come into view here in just a moment. And there's the LA skyline. Pretty impressive skyline. Now folks, we have found ourselves in Hollywood. To be honest with you, this was not on the itinerary today, except to get a picture of the sign, which we just got. But we were just driving along after Mulholland Drive, and here we are. So we actually didn't plan to go through Hollywood. We just ended up here. So we probably will get out for a few minutes and hit a couple of stores if I can find a place to park. Okay, right here in Hollywood, and we're going to at least drive through the Walk of Fame where the stars are on the sidewalk. And right there's the best thing we've seen in Hollywood yet. People giving the gospel. Probably the most hated thing in Hollywood by most, but the best thing here overall. So we are half a mile from the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Is this Sunset Boulevard or Hollywood Boulevard?
I see a street sign too for sure. This is Hollywood. Oh, there's stars right here.
Oh, I thought it was like just like one area, so it's all along the sidewalk here.
Yeah, right there.
Well, here, try to get some of that out the window. I didn't realize that.
There's some of the stars.
Who we have right here?
Steve somebody, and then...
Okay, looks like we found a place to park right here behind this red car. So probably we'll get out and just hit a souvenir store or two. Maybe get another magnet. We've pretty much gotten a magnet everywhere we've been.
Yeah, we have.
Hadn't we?
Oh, yeah.
It's a little different than the way I had it pictured to look. I thought there was just like one section where the stars were all at, but it looks like they're just all up and down the sidewalk here as far as the eye can see. And I don't know who's going to be the names on these stars. We're not going to look for anybody special. We're just going to see who's near here.
They go on up that way, and they also go back up this way. Don't know who some of these people are, but they line the sidewalk. Some more stars through here that go on up. Actually, there's Dean Martin. We actually saw his grave earlier this week.
Plus, it's free. You don't even need a Capital One card to use it.
Some of these I've not heard of, some I have. Johnny Weissmuller. I think he played Tarzan, if I'm not mistaken. Maureen O'Sullivan, and she sure can swim. It's off of Andy Griffith's show. Sherwood Schwartz, I believe he had something to do with Gilligan's Island production. Jose Feliciano, I do believe that's Feliz Navidad singer. Bob Hope. Mickey Rooney. Now he did some of the cartoon voices. You know who Mickey Rooney is, don't you? Who? Mickey Rooney.
He was Santa Claus on Santa Claus.
And Santa Claus is coming to town. Yeah, some of these I've not heard of. We're just getting some of the stars in the sidewalk here. I'm not going to get all of them, but again, some of these I don't know who they are. Many of them I do. lost to her any of these. Jimmy Dorsey. Go to him. Vincent Price. He was a not so nice guy. Alex Trebek. Look at this. Sit. Take a picture of that and send it to Dylan. So this is what Hollywood looks like. Eddie Albert started on Green Acres. Here you go. Doma Powell.
Oh.
Get a picture of that sort of Eddie. Florence Leedsman, she played Granny on the Beverly Hillbillies movie. She played Granny in the Beverly Hillbillies movie. Carol Burnett. Right here.
George Seagull.
Nick Nolte. Melissa Gilbert. Laura Ingalls, Little House on the Prairie. Laura Ingalls. Gabby Hayes. Fred McMurray, I think he might have played in the old Shaggy D.A. Disney movies. Fanny Bryce. Steve Gutenberg. He played on the Christmas movie here. He played Santa Claus. I don't know the name of the movie. I will walk to the corner and back. The crossover.
Crossover, yeah.
And again, some of these, I don't know who they are. Will Rogers, yeah. Here we have Andy Griffith, starring Hollywood Walk of Fame. We gotta get back. Okay. Let's see the car. Ed Wynn. I'm glad I got to see Andy Griffith. And here's another stretch of people I don't know. Lucille Ball. I Love Lucy, of course. Chicago. Lou Costello, that's Abbott Costello. You know who Alan Hale was?
No.
The skipper.
Oh.
Played on an Andy Griffith episode as the farmer. And Frank Sinatra. Well, I got our magnet, and I got a license plate that says Los Angeles on it with a picture of the skyline. I was actually expecting the souvenir shops here to be through the roof expensive, but they really weren't.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, we went in one right across the street from where we're parked and found their prices to be, you know, pretty reasonable, about normal, really. I was expecting it to be sky high for anything, but did you get anything?
No, I didn't get
So we
anything.
just got our,
Just our magnets.
Yeah.
Our collection's growing.
Yes, it is. You ought to see our refrigerator at home, folks.
All the places we go.
Yeah, we probably bought 8 or 10 magnets this trip just on Route 66. So we picked up another one here. And folks, we just filled up with gas, and this is the cheapest I've paid for gas all week since I've been in California. $4.29 a gallon. That's not cheap, but it's less expensive than everywhere else in the state. So I went ahead and got it. I say cheap in quotes right there. But looks like this is not going to be an easy place to get out of because we're trying to turn left. And traffic just keeps coming, and this ain't like North Carolina where people let you out, which I know they couldn't on this road anyway. And we're just waiting to get out now. And what's she doing? Oh, wow. She says, hold my iced tea and watch this.
Here, she's waiting for you to go on.
Oh, well, she's letting me. Bless her heart.
Yeah. She says, this is how you do it.
Good. But yeah, she said, I'll show you how it's done. So anyway, we got out thanks to her.
Yeah.
She just backed out in front of traffic. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So anyway, one thing I want to see while we're close by here is where The Price is Right is filmed. Haven't really watched the show in years. But I did grow up watching it as a kid. When Bob Barker was the host, that was when I thought Bob Barker was a good man. But regardless of what he was personally, he was really good at what he did on camera, at least, if not off camera. The current hosts just really don't have it, in my opinion. But to be honest, it looks like it's just inside a CBS studio, and the building's really kind of underwhelming. I thought Price is Right had its own building. But you can see the red and yellow sign there on the building. I guess maybe I was just expecting something a little bigger.
Yeah, I would have been too.
Yeah. But anyway, I got to see that. That's something else I didn't really plan to do, but realized I was close to it, so we did it. And our next stop is Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills. We're coming into Beverly Hills now. And Shaughnessy wants to ride through here, and I think you said you want to do a little clothes shopping?
Yes, there's quite a few shops I'd like to. Found somebody's credit card that
let's hope not my card anyway. I hope it's somebody else's card.
No, it's got a Mr. Holland on it.
Not sure why it's pronounced Rodeo rather than Rodeo, since it's spelled like rodeo. But I guess Rodeo just sounds a little more uppity. I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty through here. Look at the palm trees.
Yeah, it's kind of impressive the way they have the nice shops that I'll never be able to afford, and you can't either.
No, I can't.
And the palm trees lining the streets in the middle and on the side.
Mm-hmm. It is pretty.
Really nice. Just, man, look at the names of some of these stores.
Just to drive through and see it. You know, that's
Van
it.
Cleef and Arpels. And Dulce Gabbana.
I ain't going to even try to pronounce any of these names.
Valentino, Bottega Veneta. Yeah, these are some high-class sounding stores, folks. Yeah, I don't believe we could... I actually heard this. I don't know if this is true. I really hope it isn't. I heard here recently that somebody, a man went and bought a sport coat in Beverly Hills and paid $185,000 for it. Stuff that I ain't never heard of, I'll tell you that. There's Ralph Lauren, I never heard of that. Balenciaga, Alexander McQueen, Amiri. Yeah, these are all, folks, these are not dollar stores. These are a lot of dollar stores. Christian Louboutin. Yeah, I don't even want to know what these stores would cost. Okay, it looks like we are leaving the shopping district of Beverly Hills. What I was saying a minute ago is I actually heard somebody paid $185,000 for a sport coat. And folks, if I was a multi-billionaire, I wouldn't pay that just out of principle because there ain't a sport coat worth that. And Shaughnessy wanted to see some Beverly Hills mansions.
Yes, if we're out here, I want to see some really big houses.
Y'all know how there's like a Dollar General every 3 miles all over the United States? If you're looking for a place where there's no Dollar General, I think Beverly Hills is it.
We ain't seen one.
No, I don't. Not with all them other stores. I don't believe you're going to see a Dollar General. But anyway.
Palm trees are pretty, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. To be honest, what do you think of these houses?
They're not what I was expecting. I was expecting like these huge mansions. I mean, these are nice houses.
Yeah, they're nice.
But there's not nothing. I mean, Siesta Key has houses, you know, just as nice.
They really do. And that place below Siesta Key, that Scenic Drive, Casey
yeah.
Key, yeah, they got some even bigger. I think when you think of Beverly Hills, you think of these human. I guess that's what we get for watching the Beverly Hillbillies so much. But anyway, yeah, it's pretty through here, but yeah,
it's not what I was thinking at all.
And we actually Googled where to find the Beverly Hills mansions. So these streets we're going down are what Google turned up.
They're supposed to be like really expensive, and it may be just their location is why they're so expensive, you know, compared to other places in the state.
Yeah. So we're just going to try to drive down some streets. When we first looked up Beverly Hills mansions, a bunch of realtors came up. We're not going to buy one.
We weren't in the market for one.
So then we had to Google where to find them. And these are the streets it's taking us down. Again, nothing wrong with these homes.
No.
Just not really
not what I was thinking at all.
So, anyhow, I want you to notice, you've seen like red and yellow trees. I want you to look at that red maple tree there. This is December 31st, and there's still fall colors out here. Back home, fall starts into September, early October in the highest mountains, and then moves down throughout the month of October into the valleys and the lower elevations. But we have noticed a lot of changing colors out here in late December. That's how much milder and warmer it is out here.
Yeah.
Not that it's been overly warm this week, but just as their typical climate is much milder than ours. But right now what we're doing, we're off of the main streets where we Googled the address for the Clampett mansion. You know, Jed Clampett and Granny and Ellie Mae and them, Jethro. We've Googled it, and it's taking us through this neighborhood, and this does not look to me like what I remember seeing on TV.
There's so many trees and bushes you can't see
You can't see hardly any of the mansions because they are, like she said, they're secluded with trees and bushes. And
well, GPS is saying that this is it right here.
Yeah, it's saying this is it right here to the left where those like mushroom-looking trees are at.
Just can't see nothing.
Just can't see it. But we're actually kind of in a hilly area right now, and I just thought it was more out in the open and flat.
Yeah,
but,
I did too.
I don't know. Maybe this was it. It does not look like it at all. And I'm sure it's changed a lot since the 1960s when that was filmed. But
I guess whoever lives there now wants their privacy.
I guess they do. They don't want tourists from North Carolina coming and gawking at their house, I guess. But yeah, like that's basically what we're doing. So, but anyway, this is the tour of the mansions here, and I think at times getting away from us. I think we're gonna have to get on the road if we're gonna go down to San Diego. I wanted to see downtown LA at night, but I've seen enough of LA to be honest with you. I think we're going to head down to San Diego. That's where our daughter-in-law's from, and we really want to see that while we're here. I'll try to get a video of that one. That's what you had in mind.
Yeah, that's what I thought we would be seeing.
I'm going to say this, folks. One of the things that is sad about this place is what you see up under that bridge right there.
Yeah.
A lot of this.
A
lot of it. And
it's just like a whole little group of them up there.
I know that's a problem in a lot of cities, but I think we've seen more of it here than anywhere we've ever been, to be honest with you. And just a few miles out of Beverly Hills. All right, folks, we're getting ready to watch the sunset over the Pacific. You can look to the left and see LAX, which is Los Angeles International Airport. And we're going to pull off up here on the right at a place called Dockwaller Beach because the sun is about to set. We want to see it set over the ocean one more time. So once it sets, and by the way, we did eat at the Pier Burger. Had our mask this time. Got to eat there. We did a separate review on that. But right now we're just looking for that place to pull off and watch our last sunset over the Pacific Ocean tonight. So hopefully we're going to be coming up on Dockwaller Beach here in just a moment.